It's no joke outside. This is no laughing matter. So I'm writing a book with this huge plot twist so that you'll think, oh, so this is how it's going to be. And then it turns out to be totally different because I'm not actually writing a book. I'm a Gen Xer. If you are, you'll remember that we used to put iodine and peroxide on any big scrape or cut we got at the park. And we'd wear it like a badge of honor until it healed. Your mom thought you were riding your bike around the block 1,000 times for 8 hours. But in reality, you went 15 miles from home, explored an abandoned house, jumped from one garage roof to another, played Ouija board, smoked cigarettes, built a den in the woods, and made your own fire. All at 10 years old. The two most famous shoe salesmen of my lifetime are Al Bundy and Michael Jordan. Did you ever notice that in the movie Grease, that the characters were way older than supposed teenagers in high school? Speaking of AI, you think John Connor from Terminator is very happy with us, that we're at where we're at with AI already? How do you think Milli from Milli Vanilli is feeling after watching people get rich and famous from lip syncing on TikTok? People who complain that Elon Musk is revealing all of the fraud and criminal activities and enormous theft from the American people is like the guy who gets confronted by his wife about cheating that she has proof of, and his response is, "You went through my phone? How am I ever supposed to be with you if you can't trust me?" The wonderful and beautiful world of tax. Taxes land, taxes wage, taxes bed in which he lays, taxes tractor, taxes mule. Teach him the taxes is the rule. Taxes cow, taxes goat, taxes pants, and taxes coat. Taxes ties and taxes shirt, tax his work and tax his dirt. Taxes chew and taxes smoke, teach him taxes are no joke. Taxes car and taxes grass, tax the roads that he must pass. Tax his food and tax his drink, tax him if he tries to think. Tax his sodas and tax his beers, and if he cries, tax his tears. Tax his bills and tax his gas, tax his notes and tax his cash. Tax him good and let him know that after taxes he has no dough. And if he complains, tax him more. Tax him good until he's sore. Tax his coffin and tax his grave. Tax the sod in which he lays. Put these words upon his tomb. Taxes drove me to my doom. And when he's gone, they won't relax. They'll still be after the inheritance tax. A little girl was praying one night when her dad walked in. As she was saying, "Good night, Grandma. Good night, Mom. Good night, Dad. Goodbye, Grandpa." Next day, Grandpa drops dead. The dad decides to ignore what she said last night and continues on with his day. That night, the dad walks by his daughter's room and he hears her praying again. This time she says, "Good night, Mom. Good night, Dad. Goodbye, Grandma." Next day, the grandma drops dead. The dad starts to get a little freaked out about all of this, and that night he hears his daughter praying again. This time she says, "Good night, Mom. Goodbye, Dad." The dad now gets completely freaked out. So when he goes into work that day, he stays in his office. He's afraid of going home, so he stays until closing. Finally comes home and his wife opens the door and says, "Where have you been?" "I've had a really rough day," he says. The wife exclaims, "You've had a rough day? First of all, at 10:30 in the morning, I had the mailman drop dead right in front of me. My life's a complete dumpster fire. But at least it's warm. Have you noticed that ever since a few years ago when the whole world changed, every day feels like a fucking Monday? Women, to me, are a lot like taxes. I don't do them either." Waitress, "You guys look like you're slowing down. Should I start rapping?" Me, "Sure, I'll drop a beat." Why was Robert Palmer arrested for tax evasion? Because apparently, "She's so fine, there's no telling where the money went," is not a good defense. I don't always whoop, but when I do, there it is. Student. 503 bricks are on a plane. One falls off. How many are left? Teacher. 502. Student. How do you put an elephant in a fridge? Teacher. Nope, you can't fit an elephant in a fridge. Student. Just open the door, put the elephant in, close the door. Student. How do you put a giraffe in the fridge? Teacher. Open door, put giraffe in, close door. Student. No. Open door, take elephant out, put giraffe in, close the door. Student. The Lion King is having a birthday party. All the animals are there except one. Which one? Teacher. Let me guess. The lion? Student. No, the giraffe. He's in a fridge. Teacher. Wow. Student. Sally has to get across a large river that's home to many alligators. They are very dangerous, but Sally swims across safely. How? Teacher. Sally stepped on the alligators' mouths. Student. The gators are at the party. Student. But Sally dies anyway. Why? Teacher. She drowned. Student. No, she got hit in the head by a flying brick. I don't always meet a nice girl, but when I do, I meet her boyfriend 10 minutes later. It's the first day of university, and the dean is addressing the students, pointing out some of the rules. The female dormitory will be out of bounds for all male students, and the male dormitory for the female students. Anyone caught breaking this rule will be fined $20 for the first time. He continued, anybody caught breaking this rule the second time will be fined $60. Being caught a third time will cost you $180. Are there any questions? A male student from back in the crowd inquired, how much is it for a season ticket? A man went to the doctor's office to get a double dose of Viagra. Doctor told him that he couldn't allow him a double dose. Why not? Asked the man. Because it's not safe, replied the doctor. But I need it really bad, said the man. Well, why do you need it so badly? Asked the doctor. The man said, my girlfriend is coming into town on Friday, my ex-wife will be here on Saturday, and my wife's coming home on Sunday. Can't you see, Doc? I gotta have it or I'll never make it. I must have a double dose. The doctor finally relented, saying, okay, I'll give it to you, but you have to come in on Monday, because I got to check on you to see if there's any harmful side effects happening. Well, Monday comes around, and the man drags himself in with his right arm in a sling. The doctor asks, what happened to you? The man replies, no one showed up. My wife said she wanted to feel special on Valentine's Day, so I bought her a helmet and some crayons. I don't always eat breakfast in the morning, but when I do, I eat dos eggs. I don't always feel like I won the genetic lottery, but when I do, I'm at Walmart. An extremely handsome man is on a mission. He believes he's destined to marry the perfect woman so they can have extraordinarily beautiful children. After searching the entire East Coast and finding no one, he moves to the West, where he meets a farmer with 3 gorgeous daughters. He explains his quest to the farmer, who listens patiently before saying, well, Mr. Handsome, you're in luck. All 3 of my daughters are looking to get married. Take your pick. Excited, the man takes each daughter on a date, and after the first one, the farmer asks, so, what do you think? She's lovely, says the man, but she's just a teensy-weensy bit pigeon-toed. The farmer shrugs, no problem, try the second. After dating the second daughter, the man returns. She's great, but she's just a teensy-weensy bit cross-eyed. Fair enough, the farmer says, you should meet my third daughter then. The man takes the third daughter out and returns the next day, ecstatic. She's absolutely perfect. I want to marry her, the handsome man says. They wed quickly, and soon after their baby is born. But when the man visits the nursery, he's horrified to see the ugliest baby he's ever laid eyes on. He rushes back to the farmer and asks, how could this have happened? She's perfect. I'm perfect. How is it we have such an ugly baby?" The farmer chuckles and says, "Well, my daughter was just a teensy weensy bit pregnant when you met her."